What's up and welcome back, Wargamers. This is Battleshock Wargaming Studio, and we're getting ready to play another exciting game of Warhammer, Age of Sigmar. David, tell us what we're doing today.
Today we are going to be playing Nighthaunt with Katakros' Regiment of Renown, which is pretty spicy, and we are going to be pitting them against Ogor Mawtribes, Meat Fist subfaction, and it's all about the Gutbusters. This was voted by the community, so thank you for all of you who took the time to vote.
Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. It's really important to subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000, and we are so close to that 10,000 benchmark. If you really like this content, consider becoming a member. We do extra battle reports every month, and that's the way to get those, and you can come join our awesome community and hang out with us some more.
That's right, and today's video is sponsored by Into the AM, our favorite men's apparel company, and they just dropped a fantastic new set of graphic tees.
That's right, I'm rocking the new Poseidon shirt. David has Cthulhu in space.
Absolutely love this shirt, it's just amazing.
They have a whole fresh new lineup of brand new art. Check it out on their website of intotheam.com. And guys, we are sponsored by them, but I wear these products every single day.
Yep.
I love their shirts, I love their hoodies. They have great active wear, they're super comfortable, and they look great. And I get comments and compliments on my t-shirts all the time. It feels weird as a grown man for people to be like, that looks nice. But all the time it happens.
You're not lying though, it's absolutely true. We're gonna put a link in the description box down below. You can get yourself 10% off of anything site-wide. Just make sure to hit that link so Into the AM knows who sent you.
And remember, Into the AM is always running good bundle deals. So if there's a few graphic t-shirts that you like, put those suckers in a bundle, save even more money when you bundle them together.
Go ahead and check it out. Don't forget to use the link so they know who sent you. And once again, thank you so much to Into the AM for sponsoring this video.
All right, guys, with all that being said, let's take a look at the lists we're playing today.
Thank you to all of our members for supporting this channel, especially the Lords and Commanders. If you're interested in extra battle reports and helping to support this channel, hit the link in the description box below. Go check out our channel partners, Baron of Dice and Grey Matter Games. They have some amazing products. There will be promo codes and links in the description box below. Ogor Mawtribes hitting the battlefield today. They're going to be Meat Fist subfaction, which means that I get to add 1 to charge damage. I am going to have a battle regiment, and I am also going to have an Andorian Acolytes battalion to round out this list. My general is going to be the Butcher. His command trait is Gastromancer, which allows him to know all the lore of the gut magic, and then he is also going to know Hoarfrost. Then I have 2 tyrants in the list. The one with the blue on his cape is going to have Arcane Tome, and then the other one is just going to be vanilla. These guys are both going to be Brawler Guts big name, which means that they get to count as monsters for trampling charge, which means when they charge in, they're going to be doing mortal wounds on 3 for every inch they charge. We've got 2 endless spells in the list. The first one is the Quicksilver Swords. This is a endless spell that does mortal wounds that can't be negated. And then the Suffocating Gravetide is a endless spell that does mortal wounds based on how many models are in your unit. I've got 3 minimum sized units of lead belchers. These guys have a fair amount of decent shooting and they can fight as well with their 2 damage. Then I have 2 minimum sized units of gluttons. The gluttons are going to have spike fists in 1 unit and then they're going to have paired weapons in the other. They get a bunch of attacks and they do a little bit of mortal wound output as well. Then we have 2 iron blasters in the list for some artillery support. These guys have a big cannonball shot, or they can hit you with a hail shot depending on the range, and they do a fair amount of damage. To finish up my list, I have 1 unit of Mournfangs, fast attack, acting as screens. They're going to have culling clubs and prey hackers, so that gives them a couple more attacks, and they're just fantastic, fast cavalry. So there you have it, Meat Fist. Let's see what Michael brought today.
Nighthaunt are on the table today. We're taking the Emerald Host sub-faction. This is going to allow me to curse some units. I'm taking a Warlord battalion for that extra artifact, and then I'm doing Katakros' Regiment of Renown. So for all of our foot heroes, we have the Guardian of Souls. He's going to be our general. His command trait is going to be Shaman of the Chilled Land, so he knows all the lore from the new GHB, and then his artifact to power is going to be the Midnight Tome, so he can auto-cast an Endless. We have a Dreadblade Hero. This guy has a built-in teleport ability, which is really helpful. And then he's going to have the artifact to power Pendant of the Fell Wind for a -1 to wound aura. Then we have Reichnor the Grimhaler hanging out. He's a single cast wizard. He can snuff out corpse candles so he can get additions to cast. And he hates wizards, so if he's attacking a wizard, he gets +1 to hit and wound, which is super helpful when he goes on a wizard hunting mission. Katakros is here for his Regiment of Renown. This guy is kind of a duelist model. He's really good at fighting heroes, and he's a ton of wounds, and he debuffs one of David's units by handing out a -1 to hit, and he buffs everything in his Regiment of Renown. We have 2 units of Immortus Guard. These guys have a high armor save. They are bodyguard units for Katakros. They have good ren and good damage. We're hoping these are going to be our big damage dealers of the game. We have an endless spell for the Purple Sun. It can auto-slay little foot heroes. It can do mortals to bigger things. Mostly it's here because it gives out an aura of -1 to save, which doesn't affect Nighthaunt units. We have 2 units of Spirit Hosts. These are here because they're battle line, and they are also bodyguard units for my general, and they're really important for keeping my grand strat, which is keep my wizard alive. Crossbows are here to scare David with their terrible, terrible shooting attacks, but really they're here because they're 80 points and I can deep strike them in somewhere, get an objective, do battle attacks, just be little monkeys. We have a unit of Banshees and a unit of Chain Gas. The Banshees have a Spell Eater ability, so if a unit is affected by a spell within 12 of them, they can eat that spell and dispel it. And the Chain Gas give out an aura of +1 to hit, which scales really well when you have a bunch of MSU units handing out all sorts of pluses to hit. Then we have 2 unit of 10 Chain Rasps. These guys are just screens. They're going to be sitting in front of the army, protecting us from David doing a bunch of mortal damage on charges. That is the list. Let's take a look at the mission we're playing today.
All right, today's battle plan is going to be limited resources. This is a 6 objective battle, and we are deployed on opposite long edges of the battlefield. The special rule for this one is called Siphon Meltwater. Basically, if you control an objective for 2 turns in a row, then it is going to turn off for you for the rest of the battle. Your opponent can still score it though. So you kind of have to be careful about how you're scoring objectives in this one. It makes it really interesting. We're going to be scoring hold 1, hold 2, hold more, battle tactics, and grand strategies. My grand strategy is spellcasting savant. I got to keep my little butcher alive. Michael, what's your grand strategy?
Also spellcasting savant, and I have to keep my little shaman alive.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and see who has initiative. Here we are for the top of battle round 1. You've seen the list, you've seen the armies. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this one? Is it going to be Nighthaunt and Katakros, or is it going to be a bunch of ogres? Michael, I've decided to give you the first turn. I was less drops than you. I have 3 command points and 2 primal dice.
I have 2 command points and only 1 primal dice. We both tried to do a heroic action. David got an extra command point, and then I failed to get an extra command point. We did have some pre-battle round stuff that we should talk about. I've cursed both of the cannons with the Emerald Host and also his Butcher, because that's his grand strategy. And then I've pulled 2 units off of the table and put them in reserves, and they're going to be able to deep strike later in the game. So that's the crossbows and the Banshees are both hanging out off the battlefield.
Yep. Katakros has a command ability that you've decided to use.
That's correct. So he can, he gets a free command point every turn. I'm going to do Supreme Leader of the Bone Reaper Legions. This is going to be giving out an aura of +1 to hit and +1 to save for Bone Reapers wholly within 12 or 24 inches of him. And then he also gets to point at something and make it -1 to hit, and he's going to be pointing at one of those cannons and making them -1 to hit. Both of those are already marked. We should probably talk about my battle tactic. Both of my wizards are out of unbind range, so all we're going to do is cast a spell without it getting unbound. Should be pretty easy.
Easy peasy.
Okay, so we're going to do a Mystic Shield from the Guardian of Souls and put that on Katakros.
That goes off.
Done.
All right, he's got a Mystic Shield.
Mystic Shield is there, and then Reichnor doesn't have anything within range for his spell, so he's just going to cast an Arcane Bolt. And he gets an Arcane Bolt.
Beautiful.
Hero phase is complete. Let's go right into movement. All right, guys, that was my turn. Quick and easy. Scored a battle tactic, hold 1, 2 more, so it's a nice 5 points. So we're going to be getting into David's turn. We each got a command point, so I'm up to 3, and I'm up to 2 primal dice.
Beautiful. I have 4 primal dice because I got a couple extra ones for my battalion. And then this turn, my Butcher is going to be a Locust Focus, so I have an extra cast if I so choose. For my heroic action, I got myself an extra command point.
Cool. I made Katakros an unbinder so I can get 3 unbinds off on David.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and call out my battle tactic. I am going to try to cast a spell. I am within an inch of the pot and within an inch of an arcane terrain, so I'm going to be on a +2. Hopefully I can push through a cast with my many primal dice. And that's what we're going to do. So let's start by casting a Mystic Shield on the general himself. Okay, I'm going to leave it on a 8.
Leaving it on an 8, let's unbind with Reichnor.
Unbound. Now we're going to keep casting because I failed my battle tactic. With the other guy, I am going to cast the Suffocating Gravetide.
Gravetide's good.
Okay, 9, 10, because he's on Arcane. That's a super cast.
Can't be unbound.
Okay, and then I'll just put that primal dice back. My final spell is going to be Quicksilver Swords coming from my general. $22, because I'm +2 to cast.
Okay, let's throw an unbind. Oh, that's a bad start. And a worse. All right, you got it.
You almost rolled a Yahtzee of 2s,
Real
dude.
close.
Okay, we're going to bring the Quicksilver Swords out. Okay, the Endless Spells have come out. They were not within range to do any damage, so I just went ahead and moved them. The Quicksilver Swords are here, flying towards this unit, and then the Suffocating Gravetide is hanging out in the Impassable over there. So that is going to be my entire hero phase. I do need to roll for the Butcher because he successfully cast a spell. On a 1, he will take a mortal. He's fine. If he had suffered any damage, he would have healed 1 right there. That is it. Let's move. All right, we have finished my movement phase. I moved these lead belchers up, so they're not going to get as many shots, but that's okay because I was able to get my cannons in grape shot range, which means they'll get some extra attacks. My general is standing right there. He towed onto the objective. He counts as 5 because he's a butcher hero. And then we've got 2 units of gluttons and the unit of lead belchers right here, getting ready to shoot. And then off on the other side of the battlefield, we've got 2 Mournfang that have to go kill some crossbows. So that's it. Let's go ahead and get set up for shooting. All right, Ironlock Pistol from the leader of the Mournfang pack hits, and then 3 to wound. 1 wound. -1. Never mind on the -1. D3. 1.
Oh, saved it.
Very nice.
I almost picked that guy up.
Let's move on.
Ward saves.
This Iron Blaster right here is going to shoot into this unit of Chain Rasps with its Hail Shot. Any commands?
Yeah, we'll discorporate.
Okay.
We're going down to 2 command points.
All right, this is going to be 3s and 3s. Make 3 saves.
5s? Save 2?
2 damage.
5s again. All right, 2 guys go down.
Okay. The lead belchers right here are going to shoot into the same target. They have D3 shots apiece. Nine shots.
9.
All right, lead belcher shots, 4s and 3s. Make 2 saves.
5s. Save them.
Very nice. Okay, the last Iron Blaster is going to shoot into the same target. This is the one that's -1 to hit, so my general is going to use his command point that he generated and give him an all-out attack. So we're going to be hitting on 3s and 3s. Okay, make 7 saves.
5s. Save 1 of them.
All right, so that's going to be 12 damage. Okay, just barely got him with all of my shooting on that flank. Okay, the lead belchers are going to shoot at the crossbows. They didn't move, so they're going to get 2d3 shots apiece. So we're going to get 17 shots. 4s and 3s. 3s. 5 saves.
4s. Oh, 4s.
Oh!
You fickle gods, you.
Nice job. Beautiful save. All right, let's go look at the last unit of lead belchers. We can't get a good camera angle on these lead belchers, but they're just going to shoot into the chain rats, so we're looking at them. Same thing as before, they'll get 2 D3 attacks because they didn't charge, or they didn't move. 4s and 3s. Make 4 saves.
5s. Failed 3.
Single damage.
6s. 2 guys.
Okay. More fangs are going to mount a charge.
Charging it up.
3-inch charge. Let's re-roll it. It's the bottom of the battle round. I want to go bigger. If I roll snake eyes, then...
That's what you get.
Whoops. Okay, 8's good.
8 is good.
All right, we're going to do some charge damage here. Mortals on 6s. 1 mortal wound.
6. 1 guy goes down.
Okay, these Morn Fang have Culling Clubs and Hackers. This is 3 attacks apiece, plus 1 for the leader. So we're going to have 7 attacks, 3s, damage 2. Any commands?
Discorporate, of course.
Okay, and I will go ahead and do a all-out attack. So this is going to be 2s and 3s. Three saves.
4s.
2 damage.
5s. Oh.
I keep wanting to believe that they have 2 wounds.
It's because they look like they should have 2
They
wounds.
look
Because they're
like 2 wounded
bigger.
guys.
They're bigger than all of the other ghosts.
All right, we'll finish up with the tusks. This is going to be 3s and 4s because of that all-out attack. Two more saves, good stuff.
4s. Uh-oh.
4 damage.
Uh-oh. Not the tusks. We're dead.
Got him with the tusks.
Surprising no one.
Yeah.
5 crossbows
They
cannot hold a
barely
flank.
did 5 wounds, dude. Barely did 5 wounds into your ethereal. All right, man, that is going to be the end of my turn. Do you have to battle shock on chain rasps for losing 2, or are they okay?
They're brave 8.
They're brave 8? Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead, score me up, and roll off. All right, we are back for my turn. I did score 3 points. I failed my battle tactic, but I do hold 1, 2 more. I took care of some chain rasps and the crossbows. So yeah, that's where we're at. Before we get into the roll off, Michael is going to roll his curse on my 3 cursed units.
So let's start with the Butcher on a 2-up. Takes 2 mortal wounds.
Okay?
And then the first cannon on a 2-up. Nope. Second cannon. Yes, takes 3 mortal wounds.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and mark them real quick, and then we'll roll off. All right, curse complete. Michael did 5 mortal wounds. Let's go ahead and roll off. Good luck to you, Michael.
Good luck to you.
Okay, you have choice.
You can go.
All right, it looks like ogres are going to go next. So we'll be back for Battle Round 2, Ogor Mawtribes. Here we are for Battle Round 2. Michael has given me the turn, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I have 1 command point because Katakros stole 1, and then I have 2 primal dice.
I have 3 command points and 1 primal dice, and then I've done optimal focus with my little wizard in the back. So he's a double caster and can do an additional unbind as well.
I had generated a CP on my Butcher, which is nice since Michael stole 1, so 2 command points total. Let's go ahead and call out my battle tactic. It's going to be savor the taste. Basically, I just need to not be in combat at the end of the turn. I'm going to go ahead and get into casting, but before I do that, Michael does want to dispel some endless spells.
I do. So let's get rid of the Suffocating Gravetide. Let's do this with Rekanor.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And then let's get rid of the Quicksilver Swords. Let's do this with my little wizard. Also goodbye on an 8. Long gone.
Cool. Let's go ahead and do some casting. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a Mystic Shield on the Tyrant. That goes off with a 10.
Nice. You may have it.
All right, I've got 1 more cast to do, and it's going to be from the Butcher. He's just going to cast a good old Arcane Bolt. That is a 10.
Oh, he's doing this so that you can try and heal.
You have 1 primal dice?
I have 1 primal.
Average of 10 on 3 dice. I'll leave it on a 10.
Let's try and unbind with my little wizard. 8. I don't want you to heal, but also I don't care. So have your arcane bolt, sir.
Okay, on a 1, I take a mortal. On a 2 up, I heal. Okay, he's gonna heal 1. I'm gonna hold on to my Maw Pot ability. I don't need to heal just yet. So that's gonna be the end of my hero phase. Let's move.
Let's do it.
All right, I finished my movement phase. These lead belchers right here hopped into garrison. I moved back just a little bit with my cannons. I'm not gonna do any damage to the Regiment of Renown, so there's no reason to get danger close. I ran the gluttons and they moved like 10 inches, so there they are. The tyrant is hanging out with them for countercharge purposes. The lead belchers walked, so they're only gonna have D3 shots apiece. The butcher is standing next to the Maw Pot where he belongs. Over here, we have a unit of gluttons, a unit of lead belchers, and then a tyrant. The lead belchers walked and the other 2 units ran. And then way on the other side here, we have my Mournfang just standing on the edge of the battlefield. So that's it. Let's go ahead and shoot. Okay, down at the bottom of the screen, you can see the lead belchers standing in garrison. They are going to shoot into those chain rasps off in the distance.
We'll discorporate. We have the command points for it.
Okay, excellent. This is going to be 4s and 3s on D3 attacks apiece. So let's see what we get. So we're gonna get 7 attacks, 4s and 3s. Good discorporate, Michael. 3s? Oh, never mind. 3 saves.
5s. Save 1 and 5s. Save 1.
All right, we're shooting with the lead belchers at the bottom of the screen there. D3 attacks each, so we got 10 attacks. Same target, 4s and 3s. 3 saves.
5s. Nope, and then 5s again. High up. Right, 2 go.
These lead belchers right here are going to shoot into this unit of chain rasps, the same unit. One of the lead belchers is out, and they did move, so this is 3d3 attacks for 6. 4s and 3s. 3 hit, 1 wound.
5. Nope, and 5 again. Nope.
Okay, the first Iron Blaster is going to shoot into these 4 chain rasps. We're going to do the big shot. This is D3 plus 3 damage. However, it's only 2 shots, 4s and 3s. 1 hit, no wound. And then we're going to use my general's command point, and we're going to do an all-out attack with the other unit, bringing him back to his regular profile. So this is going to be 2 more attacks, 4s and 3s. Okay, before I shoot with the second cannon, I want to clarify that it actually wounds on 2s. That didn't matter for the last activation because I did roll a 1 to wound. Okay, 1 hit. No wounds.
Okay, the chain rasp survived.
Good times. Chain rasp survived. I don't think I have any charges this turn.
I will spend a command point to auto pass to the bravery of the chain rasp.
That's going to round out my turn. Let's go. Score me up. All right, everybody, we are back from my turn. I did score 5 points. I'm savoring the taste right now, and I'm not in combat, and I hold 1, 2 more. The 2 objectives closest to you on the screen are now off for me because I have siphoned all of their meltwater. And we're going to go ahead and get into Michael's turn. I have 1 command point because Katakros stole 1, and I have 3 primal dice. Michael has 1.
And 2 command points. I do need to do a heroic action, so we're just going to get an extra command point with my general, and he gets 1 extra command point.
Cool. And then I did heroic recovery with my general, so he's back to full health.
And then we're going to immediately use that command point to rally. And we get nothing from the rally.
Nothing.
Battle tactic this turn is going to be surround and destroy. It's going to be this Dreadblade Harrow, this unit of chain gas, and Reichnor is going to zip over there. And we'll surround and destroy. Easy peasy. Katakros is going to use his once per turn command point to do Supreme Leader of the Bone Reaper Legions, and then we can get into a wee bit of casting.
Before you cast, do you want to keep the same cannon -1 to hit?
Yeah, it makes very little difference of which one is what. So yes, we'll keep the one in the back. Reichnor wants to do a Mystic Shield. So 13.
I'm going to let you have the Mystic Shield.
Let's try for a Spectral Lure. Nope, doesn't go off. How about a Hoarfrost?
Oh,
Nope, doesn't go off. That's it for casting.
Cool, let's go ahead and get into movement.
All right, guys, movement phase is complete. The Dreadblade Harrow popped across the battlefield, landing on this objective. The Banshees came down from reserves. This unit of Chain Rasps are pushing forward. They might soak and unleash hell. We'll see what happens. Katakros and all of his Immortus Guard have moved into the center of the battlefield. And I have surrounded my general, who is my Grand Strat, with his bodyguards. These chain gas are in the back getting surround. And Reichnor is over here also getting surround. So that is it. We do have a cheeky charge to make. Let's see if we can do it. Okie dokie. Immortus Guard, they need a 10 to make this charge. Ready?
Ready, spaghetti.
There's 11.
Cool.
Cool. All right, charge is complete. Dave, you're going to unleash some help?
Yes, and I'm going to use my only command point to do so. So this is going to be the grape shot because he's within 12. This is going to be 10 attacks, 4s and 3s. Called it so far. 3s. Okay, make 4 saves, -1. You're +1, so you're on your base 3 up.
All right, I failed 3 of those.
Okay, that's 6 damage.
Okay, that's a dead guy.
Okay.
All right, let's charge with the Rasparinos. 5. So we're going to activate the Immortus Guard. 1 guy died, so we only have 6 attacks now. 5 wounds, Ren 2.
Okay, that's going to punch armor, so I'll take 10 damage.
We're going to spend the command point so that they can fight again, but they are fight lasted now.
Okay, we're fighting with the Lead Belchers. They're -1 to hit. They have 2 attacks apiece, +1 for the leader, 3s, 3s, no Ren 2. So this is going to be 4s and 3s, no Ren 2 on 9 attacks into the Chain Rasps.
Good hit.
Make 6 saves, no Ren.
Oh, they're so not okay. So we're going to take 8 damage. They're 2 damage apiece. Dead.
Okay, we're going to fight with the Ogre Gluttons now. They have 4 attacks apiece. This is going to be 3s, 3s, -1, 2. Let's see what happens. Eight at -1.
Freeze. All right. You know, they're not doing so good on these 3-up saves.
It'll be 8 damage.
All right, so we'll take 6 damage.
Okay.
All right, my last Immortus Guard will swing away. 2 hits. 1 wound. It's 2 damage.
It's going to kill a guy.
You got some gulping bites to make?
Yes, I've got some gulping bites. I just roll 1 dice. It's not for each unit. So on a 4-up, I'll do D3 mortal wounds to you. No. I'll go ahead and pop my Butcher's Arcane Bolt for 1 more mortal wound into that guy if you want to make your ward save.
I do not want to make my ward save.
Okay, and then I need to see if I need to take Bravery on the Gluts. So they're +2 to Bravery because they are eating, and I lost 3. They're Brave 8. So on a 6, another one will flee. We're good.
Righto.
That's the end of the turn.
Perfect.
All right, let's go score Michael up. All right, we're back from Michael's turn. Michael, how many points?
I did score 5 points. I've surrounded and destroyed, and I am holding 2 objectives, this one and this one, so that's 1, 2 more. This objective is going to turn off for me, and these 2 are both off for David, so that's cool. And that's it.
Let's do the curse.
Oh yes, the curse. 2 up on the Butcher. Yes. 1 more wound.
Okay.
2 up on the cannon in the front. 3 more wounds, and then the cannon in the back. 3 more wounds.
Okay, he suffered 6.
So we're going to get in the roll-off for battle round 3. You ready for this?
So ready.
Good luck to you, sir.
Good luck to you, sir.
Eye up.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm going to do, so we will be back for battle round 3, Mystery Army. We're here for battle round 3. I have decided to take the turn. So I have 2 command points and 0 primal dice. Even with my battalion, I didn't get any. And so Michael doesn't have any either. 3 command points.
3 and zip for primals.
You didn't steal any of my command points, which is nice. And I am going to pop the Maw Paw right now at the start of the hero phase, and I'm going to heal everything. I'm not going to be able to heal the Mournfang because they're too far away. So we're just going to take the wound off of the Butcher, and then the cannon in the front will heal 3, and the cannon in the back will also heal 3. Okay, so we've healed everything. We are now going to call out my battle tactic. It's going to be bait and trap. I'm going to retreat with 2 units and then charge with 2 units this turn. Let's go ahead and cast the Quicksilver Swords. That goes off. That's coming from my Tyrant with an 8.
Let's try and unbind with Reignor. Unbound.
And then I am going to cast the Suffocating Gravetide with the other model. And that fails. That's it. We can go ahead and get right into movement.
Let's do it.
All right, we are done with my movement phase. I move forward with the cannons just a little bit. They're not within hail shot range of Reignor, unfortunately, so they're just gonna have to shoot their big shots. Then right here, we've got my Gluttons who fell out of combat. We've got the Lead Belchers that jumped out of the garrison. If you didn't know, you can be outside of 3 as long as you're wholly within 6 of the garrison when you jump out, which is nice. And it's at the end of the phase, so there's no redeploys that can happen off of that. The Immortus Guard is standing there, getting ready for the Tyrant to charge into him. The Butcher is right here, standing in his favorite spot. These Lead Belchers are hanging out right here. They are just standing there, doing nothing. They rolled a run roll, so they're not going to be able to shoot. The Tyrant moved into the Impassable. Over here, we've got the rest of my Gluttons and Lead Belchers. These guys just walked, so they'll be able to shoot. And then I turned around with these Mournfangs. They're going to try to charge into some ghosts. Michael threw a 2-inch redeploy with the Dreadblade Harrow. And that is everything. Let's go ahead and shoot. 1 Iron Lock pistol coming from the Mournfang pack. We're going to shoot this into the Banshees. It hits. It wounds.
Save it.
Oh, I was just happy it hit wounded. Okay, I can't get the Lead Belchers in frame, but they're going to shoot into the Banshees. They moved, so this is just D3 attacks apiece. So we're going to get 7 attacks. This is going to be 4s and 3s. One wound.
Oh, saved it.
Good job not wasting a command point right there.
Yeah, that was not.
That isn't the one.
That was not the one.
Lead Belchers in the top right of your screen are going to shoot into the Grimhailer. They did not remain stationary. D3 attacks.
Discorporate.
Okay.
This is the one. We want Reignor alive.
7 attacks again. 4s and 3s. Make 4 saves.
4s. Okay. And then 5s. Discorporate just not helping me out today.
Okay, so wider angle here so you can see what's going on. The Iron Blasters are not in range for their hail shot, so I'm going to shoot with their big shots. I'm going to start with the one that's not debuffed, so let's go ahead and roll it out. It's going to be 4s and 2s. They miss.
Okay.
And then the other one, I'm going to have to use a command point to bring it down to hitting on 4s because I'm -1 to hit from Katakros. So let's try with him. Misses. So yeah, I think that's all my shooting. I don't want to shoot the Tyrant into the Immortus Guard because I don't want to fail my battle tactic. So let's go look at charges.
Let's do it.
Mournfang pack looking for a 6-inch charge. They get an 8. They'll go in. We're going to do some impact hits into the Banshees. 1 mortal wound.
6. Okay.
Tyrant's looking for a charge. 10's good. All right, this is 10 dice, mortals on 3s. 7 mortal wounds, good sir.
All right. I can roll 7 6s.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, we're going to fire up the Mournfang pack. 7 attacks, 3s and 3s coming into you. And then we've got 8 attacks, 4s and 3s.
Them staying alive is a big deal. Even if one stays alive is a big deal. So let's discorporate.
I'm not going to do any commands here because I only have one command point and Katakros might steal next turn. So we're just going to go on natural. So let's look for 3s and 3s. Two saves.
4s. Oh, not like that.
So 2 damage.
Not like this.
Okay, one's alive.
One's alive. Come on, Horns. Screw it up, Horns.
I thought you were rooting for my Horns for a second. Come on, Horns, you can do it. Get that Banshee. 4s and 3s. They can screw up.
Yep, that's a good start for me.
Make a save.
1 save to rule them all. Damn it.
2 damage.
Damn, Incorporate, what are you doing?
So close, dude. Oh, so close to the wound.
It was the right call. It just didn't quite work out.
Unfortunately, I want to do more combat, guys, but I can't go into Katakros, and I have little reason to go into Reichnor either, so that is going to be the end of my turn. So we'll score me up and get into Michael's turn. Okay, we are back from my turn. I did score 5 points. That brings me up to 13. So the score right now is 13 to 10, and we're getting into Michael's turn. I have 1 command point because Katakros stole 1. I have 3 primal dice.
Okay, 2 command points because I'm using my strategist for my Warlord Battalion to get 1 extra command point this turn, and I have 2 primal dice.
I did try to do heroic recovery and failed miserably by rolling a 1. So I'm just going to have that 1 command point, man.
And I did heroic recovery and only healed Reichnor by 1. So
yep.
He's just going to be trying to get some stuff happening here.
Chillin'.
So let's go ahead and let's call out our battle tactic. It's going to be led in the Maelstrom. We're going to have to make a charge with a battle line unit and a hero. I have plenty of heroes. I have a couple battle line units that move pretty quick, so we should be able to make that. So we're going to snuff a corpse candle on one of the lead belchers, so they just take a mortal wounds. So let's try and cast Life Stealer. It's a 12-inch range, does D3 mortals, cast on 7. I don't care about Horror Frost, so how about a 16?
I'll allow it.
Allowing it. Does D3 mortal wounds to the gluttons for 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
And Reichnor heals by 1 wound. Mystic Shield on Katakros. And we'll throw a primal in there. So 15.
I am going to try to unbind that one with my Butcher on a +2. It's an 8. You rolled a 15.
I rolled a 15.
11. 12.
Got it.
You can have your Mystic Shield. I want 1 more primal for your last cast.
Katakros is going to use his once per turn for Supreme Leader of the Bone Reaper Legions. We're going to make this cannon over here, -1 to hit.
Okay.
And then let's try and cast Horror Frost. That's a 10.
Okay. On a +2, or no, this is coming from him. So that is going to be a 7.
Is that on?
Ah! No.
Let's give these guys some rend on the Spirit Hosts. Or I get to choose. We're going to make them hit on 1s.
Okay, so the Spirit Hosts are going to be hitting on 1s. Very strong casting rolls for Michael this turn.
That's nice.
I believe that's everything.
That's it. We got some movement to do.
We'll be back.
Movement phase is complete. Reichnor's popped over this terrain piece. He's looking at some charge on the cannons. Katakros, the Ghosty Boys, and the Immortus Guard have moved up. They're going to be looking at some charges this turn. Those chain gas have moved over to take that point so that we can get 1-2. The Dreadblade Harrow fell back so that we can get 1-2.
All right, we're looking at Katakros.
Charging. A mighty 8.
8's good.
The host with the mostest. A 1. A 3. See, that's why we save the rerolls, guys. That's an 8. It's much better.
Am I -1 to hit or -1 to save, Michael?
Let's make you -1 to hit. Reichnor, charging in. You've got a 9. -1 to save.
Okay.
Because you're already -1 to hit.
Okay, Michael has stunned me.
Ugh.
So I -1 to my save. I was contemplating using my command point for all-out defense if he wouldn't have rolled an 8+, but he did. So we're going to use my only command point, and let's go ahead and shoot into Reichnor. This is going to be 4s and 3s with the hail shot. What the hail? 4 hit. 2 wound.
Come on, buddy. Save 1 failed.
2 dam.
6s. Hey.
1 dam.
1 damage. And more discard, charging in. 6. Is that even enough?
6 is good.
6 is good.
Okay, Katakros is piled in. He's going to swing down on some lowly lead belchers, and I have no command points, so just go nuts.
We don't have a ton of attacks, though, because we're on our top bracket. 6s don't explode. I just hit on 2s.
Okay.
And 3s. So 1, it ran 3.
Damage.
3 damage.
Okay.
And then the Shield of Mortis. Whew. It's almost a 1. Goes through. Ren 2.
Damage.
2.
Okay.
And then the retinue blades, hitting on 2s. Three, -1.
6s. Okay, save 1. I'll take 2 more damage. All right, the Iron Blaster has 3 attacks with the clubber. I'm -1 to hit, so this is going to be 4s and 3s.
And we are going to discorporate.
Okay, 1
That's
hit.
our last command point.
No wounds. And then the mount is going to be 5s and 3s. Both hit. And then 3s. 1 wound.
Saved it.
Okay, and then Jagged Blades, 6s, 1 hit, and then 5. No wounds.
Cool. All right, we're going to activate the Immortus Guard into the lead belchers. Going to hit on 2s.
Dead.
Got him.
All right, Glutton swinging on a god. This is going to be 10 attacks, 3s and 3s. Three 2-up saves.
Yep.
Ha! Take 2 damage.
6s.
Ah, damn it. Take 1 damage.
All right, we got 5 attacks with Fel Reapers. It's going to hit on 3s. Wound on 3s. So 3 at Ren 2.
That is 6 damage. He's got 1 wound left.
Let's see if the horse can finish him off. 1 auto wound.
5.
Oh. That's it. Let's score it up.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we are back from Nighthaunt's turn. It was another 5-point turn. We completed our battle tactic of Led into the Maelstrom.
Yep.
And we are still holding 1, 2 more. So we hold 1, 2, and then we are contesting this one so that David can't hold it. So we're holding more. And that's it. Another 5-point turn. It was kind of dicey. We had to do some stuff, but it did work out. Let's do the curse. So we're going to curse on the Butcher on a 2-up. Yes. For 2 mortals.
Okay.
And then curse the cannon not with Reichnor on 2-up. Takes 1 mortal. And then with Reichnor, takes a mortal.
That will kill the cannon.
That's it. We're going to go into roll off. David breaks ties. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you, Guitar.
Hiya. We're going to be back for battle round 4?
Battle round 4,
Nighthaunt.
Nighthaunt.
All right, guys, it is the top of battle round 4, and we're going to get into it for Nighthaunt. I have 2 command points, and David has a tree. Let's just get a command point with Katakros. He gets 1.
Cool.
He can't do Supreme Leader of the Bone Reaper Legions, but we are going to use Endless Duty, and that's going to be his once per turn one. And he's going to give the Immortus Guard +1 attack. For our battle tactics this turn, we're going to intimidate the invaders. Should be able to do that. Reichnor is going to snuff a corpse candle out on the Butcher, just doing 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
And then he's going to go for Life Stealer against the Butcher. 7 does go off.
The Butcher's going to try to unbind that one on a +2. Unbound.
Okay. He's going to auto cast using the tome to bring out the Purple Sun.
The purple nurple.
Now you might be asking, Michael, why can't you reach that? All of those pieces right there are impassable, so I can't land an endless spell on it. Even though I have the distance, I can't land there. Boy howdy, that's it.
All right, let's get into movement.
Let's do it. Movement phase is complete. Reichnor is on a wizard hunting mission, so he's hanging out right here. Katakros is locked in combat. The Immortus Guard moved up. David threw a redeploy. We have Spirit Host, General, and then the Dreadblade Harrow popped over out of LOS, hanging out behind that building right there. That's it. We have 2 charges to make. Okay, Reichnor charging in. A 3.
Ah, I should have redeployed. Ah, he goes in.
He goes in. You're -1 hit.
Okay. Immortus Guard right here, looking for a charge on the Tyrant.
We rolled a 10, so your fight lasted. Okay. We're going to charge with this unit of Spirit Hosts to see if we can get maybe a fight last or minus the save or something cool. 7.
I am going to unleash hell.
You cheeky. Waste your command points.
I mean, I only need an all-out defense on 1 unit, dude. Everything else is dead, so let's go. This is going to be 4s and 3s.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, 6 saves.
4s.
Take 2 damage,
Mighty
good
2
sir.
damage. Wards.
Take 1 damage.
Okay.
You've been rolling lots of 6s on 2 dice today.
It's true. Except for Immortus Guard.
Yeah, except for Immortus Guard.
Those idiots.
Okay, the second unit of Spirit Host is going to charge.
A 6? Maybe?
6 is good.
6 is good. Just all right. Immortus Guard opening up against the Tyrant. We have 12 attacks because of endless duty, so we get additional attacks. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay. Take 6 at -2, and you're also within the purple zone.
It goes through, and he's dead.
12 damage. So let's pop their command ability right now for 1 command point so that they can fight again.
All right, my boy the Butcher, 3 attacks, 4s and 3s, because I'm -1 to hit.
Discorporate for 1 command point.
1 hit. 1 wound.
Failed it.
3 damage.
Take 2.
Sweet.
So he suffered 3 wounds.
Gluttons getting punched by Katakros.
With the glaive, hitting on 3. Hits. Fails to wound. With the shield of Mortis, hits. Wounds, that's Ren 2.
2 damage.
2 damage. And then we have the blades of the retinue. So 5 at -1.
6s. Take 5 more damage. Okay, the Gluttons are going to put all their attacks into that Spirit Host. 7 attacks, 4s and 3s. Two saves.
4s. Save them.
Beautiful. They're done.
6. We're getting +1 to wound and +1 to hit. So these are going to be 3s and 3s.
3 auto wounds. Nice.
Okay. So take 4 wounds. No rend.
Okay, I fail 3. So that kills this gentleman, and we've got 2 left on the leader.
You can see the Butcher hanging out there under Reichnor's wing. I think David wants to all-out defense. That's what he's been holding on to.
Last command point.
Okay.
So I'll be on my base 5 up.
These are 5 attacks, 2s and 2s, because I really hate wizards.
Yeah, you do. Okay, that's too many.
I dropped 2 again, so take 2.
5s. Fails him.
It's 4 damage.
Okay, he's dead.
Oh, we got it.
Yep, you
We
got
did it. Yay!
Yay! He only had 4 wounds left. I wish he was 8 wounded, but he's not. All right, Michael is now doing his once per battle fight twice. So he's piled in. He had to pile into that 1 glutton that's alive. So looks like you've got 1 on the glutton, or do you have 2 on the glutton?
2 on the glutton and 1 on the cannon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and pick up the glutton.
Cool.
because he has 1 wound left.
Yep. Let's see if we can chip chop this cannon. Not like that, we can't.
Not like this.
Not like this. Take 1, run 2.
6. Okay, he takes it.
Ghost damage.
The Iron Blaster is going to fight last, so this is going to be 4s and 3s with his club. 2 hit. 1 wound, -1.
Saved it.
Okay, and then he's going to do the mount 5s. 1 hit, 3, 1 wound, -1.
Saved it.
Okay, and then 6s, we're good.
Excellent.
That's about what I thought would happen. Commanding turn, let's go talk about it and get into my turn. All right, everybody, we are back from Michael's turn. He did score 5 points, bringing the score from up to 13 to 20. Nighthaunt have the win. That was a big double.
Yeah.
Michael and I are looking at the board state right now. Since he denied my grand strategy, I am planning on scoring 5 next turn, and then in the last turn, I'm only going to have 1 objective that I can control, and then I'll be able to do surround and destroy.
Boom, boom,
So
boom.
I'm at 13 right now. I'm going to get 8 more points. That's going to bring me to 21. Michael's sitting at 20. In battle round 5, he's going to only hold 1 objective, but he'll still get his grand.
Right.
So that's going to bring him from 20 to 24. So the final score is going to be 21 to 24, regardless of if Michael gets his battle tactic in 5, if he was able to eke 1 out. So we're going to call the game right here, but we just wanted to snap on, score Michael up, and kind of let you know why we're going to call the game and what the board state looks like. So that was a really fun game. We're going to get into the wrap-up, so we'll be back in a moment to talk about our thoughts on how the game went.
All right, everybody, we are here for the wrap-up. Like we said, final score is going to be 24 for the Nighthaunt and 21 for Ogor Mawtribes.
Ah, shucks, I lost my general in turn 4. Dude, that was a big roll-off into 4, you guys.
A dropped general and 1 dropped battle tactic, and that's the game on such a tight one like this. We're going to get into the wrap-up. Before we do, I want to thank Into the AM one more time for sponsoring this video. Remember, hit that link down below. Save yourself a couple dollars. Get yourself some awesome t-shirts. Let's get into the wrap-up. David, what are your big takeaways? What were your thoughts about this?
Everything went fine. I mean, like, I had a plan for every battle tactic.
Yep.
I knew that you could unbind me in turn 1, but I was going to cast a spell anyway because I was +2 to cast and I had twice as many primal dice as you.
Sure.
But then I rolled a 1. Then I rolled a 1 on my casting roll. So I dropped that battle tactic. I was back by 2, so it was 13 to 15 going into roll off for 4. Michael won that roll off. Instead of the Tyrant pushing in farther and killing some stuff, and then being able to take care of Reichner, which I was unable to do earlier in the battle, you were able to take Reichner, kill my wizard. He hates wizards, so you had a very high probability of doing that. I had to burn up all my command points. You got the purple sun off with your autocast. So it was just kind of a cascade effect from there going into 4. I feel like I bubbled up and castled properly. I had really good board control on the other 50% of the board. I really enjoy this list. I love the Tyrants being able to charge. Like, that one Tyrant charged in and did 8 mortal wounds, 2 in Mortis Guard. Yeah, and mortal wounds on 3s is amazing when they go in, right? But, I mean, if you're taking a double and you're susceptible to getting charged, then you're not going to get that damage. Michael did bring the fight to me for most of the game, so I wasn't able to proc a bunch of damage with charging. Honestly, I didn't have 1 unit of any flavor of foot ogres charged this game.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have been doing mortals on 4s because of their unit size and also because of the Meat Fist sub-faction. So that was a smart play on your part.
It's either that, I could take a terrible Unleash Hell, or I could send it, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to give LVP to the Iron Blasters, even though they didn't hit with any of their big shots. They did do a fair amount of damage with the hail shots, even though Michael was able to have a 4-up save and a 5-up ward. He did a good job of deploying on one side of the board and forcing me to just shoot one thing at a time, so he was able to maximize his commands. They're not going to get LVP. I guess I'll give LVP to my general because he died and I lost my grand strategy.
And he dropped your battle tactic.
And he dropped my battle tactic, so he's going to be LVP today. I got to give MVP to that Iron Blaster that killed one of your Immortus Guard. because that meant that the Immortus Guard didn't do the job that they were supposed to do, and then I was able to kill them with my clapback from the Gluttons.
Yeah, that was really annoying.
that made me feel like, okay, now that one unit of Immortus Guard is gone, I'll be able to control the board, but it just didn't pan out that way. Getting to this back objective was impossible after turn 4 because you had your entire army right here.
Right.
Getting a couple cheeky moves or charges with the Iron Blaster or the Tyrant would have been able to do that. And then over on this side of the board, I already had Intimidate and Surround in the bag. So that could have been fantastic. But yeah, that's it for the Ogres. I had a lot of fun with them. I'm excited to try out a couple different lists. I want to get some Iron Guts. But yeah, they're so fun, dude. Yeah. One of my favorite armies to run. Let's talk about Nighthaunt and how it performed and the Regiment of Renown.
So for the Regiment of Renown, we didn't get to use its actual main ability, which is to say that things can't contest objectives because we ended up playing into something with high wound count. Yep. So that didn't get to come up at all. I think that's really interesting, but it didn't really come up. I was really concerned with this regiment wasn't going to be able to keep up with the rest of the army. So when I was doing list construction, my thought process was I was going to make a unkillable, deadly castle in the center of the Immortus Guard and Katakros, and then a bunch of things around it that get grand strategies and battle tactics.
Yes.
So that's why the Dreadblade Heroes in there, that's why the Wizards in there, that's why I have a bunch of MSU units to just scatter. Because who cares when they die? I need to do battle tactics every single turn, and that's hard with Nighthaunt. So I'm was really focusing on that, and it worked. I was able to get all my battle tactics. Dreadblade Hero was great for getting battle tactics. Reignor clearly is MVP.
Yeah, he does not deserve to be alive. Like, he should have died a couple times, and I just didn't roll hot enough. And
he's so fast. He's a decent little caster, and he just zipped around the table and got me a grand strat.
And he's 160 points.
He's very cheap.
He's very, very cheap. So yeah, he's got to be MVP. Who you can give LVP to?
That first unit of Immortus Guard that just got clapped.
I was thinking crossbows, but it's not their fault. They did their 80-point job.
They did
the
exactly.
Immortus Guard did not do their 200-point job.
Absolutely
right.
Not. It was still helpful to have one guy survive because you just kind of got stuck on him and then had to deal with him. So it still kind of did his job.
Yeah.
But I wanted this unkillable thing just standing in the middle of your army, just flipping you the bird the entire game.
Honestly, though, he did give me bait and trap, though, so he fed me a battle tactic. Did. So they've got to be LVP, dude.
But then the other one walked through 3 units.
Yeah. So well, I've got a T-shirt saved, dude. If you go into Gluttons, you just don't have the damage output, and you didn't have Endless Duty. With Endless Duty, 12 attacks, 3s, neg 2 is bomb, and then activating twice. So yeah, that unit sucked. The other unit did great. Katakros did exactly what he's supposed to do, I feel like.
Yeah, he actually didn't kill much of anything because he went into bad units.
Yeah, I'm never going to let you get into a hero with him because I know it happens. I mean, Bone Reapers is one of my factions.
He took away 4 command points from you, which was great.
Dude, you were spiking those 5-ups, bro.
He debuffed the crap out of you, and he's just standing there on being unkillable.
That's absolutely true. So I have 2 things to add before we wrap up. I will say that battle plan highly favored you because of all of the teleporting you're able to do. There's 6 objectives, and this one I would have never gotten to. There's just no way I could ever get to it. So yes, that gave you a little bit of an edge. And then the other thing that I want to note is that my ability to roll really good has died this game. I did not roll good at all. So the reign of terror is over, and Michael crushed the ogres down into the dirt. We had an absolute blast while we were doing it, so good game to you.
Good game.
Thank you so much to End of the AM. Like Michael already said, we absolutely love these teas. Don't forget to hit the description down below, and I think that's it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all next week.